Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back for your two for Tuesday, last Sumerian September video of 2025. I thought it fitting that I finish up with the second best Conan you can read. Arguably, there's other Conan stuff out there, but I'm not going to talk about that because I'm a book guy. I'm a reader. If you're not going to read, or if you've already read, or if you can't get a hold of the Gnome Press books, this is the second best Conan you could get because of the art. I'm not going to beat around the bush there. The art in this, while some of it isn't my favorite, this has the most love and attention to detail. And for me, when I think about Conan, I think of the images of Frazetta, sometimes Boris Vallejo. I think he did a little bit. John Buscema is my, either my favorite or my second favorite. Barry Windsor Smith did some good stuff, but not as good as Bernie Wrightson. And I'm pretty sure Bernie Wrightson comes later. I could be totally wrong about that. Don't sue me if he never drew a single Conan image, and if not, then John Buscema gets the award. And I thought, as we end this up, I'm going to go over some highlights of what you can find in this book, because I really do hope my friends and family out there who are Conan fans will pick this one up. I know it's got a steep price tag. Does that really say what I think it says? Yeah, cover price is $150. I paid about a third of that, actually a little less, and it was still shrink wrap, brand new, but it was an auction, and you know what I say about auctions are for suckers. But it starts off with Savage Tales issues 1 through 5, and the highlights of those were in issue 1, the Frost Giant's Daughter, which is not the first, not the second. Well, it's the first, followed by 2 more renditions of that same story, which is not a highlight. It's literally my least favorite Conan story because it really wasn't a Conan story. But that was the biggie for this, the first Savage Tales magazine, and it shows up again in issue 1 of Savage Sword of Conan, and then it shows up again in the comic books, edited because, it's supposed to be kid friendly. Issue 2 had the first part of Red Nails. The third issue had the second part of Red Nails. The fourth issue had the third and final volume of Red Nails in here. Then issue 5 of Savage Tales had Night of the Dark God. Then, like I said, issue 1, Frost Giant's Daughter. Issue 2, my favorite story of all time, which makes it actually affordable because it's issue 2 of Savage Sword of Conan, which is probably like a tenth the cost of an issue 1. So maybe someday I'll actually, pick up a copy just because, it's an early Conan, highly collectible. But, if I want to read it, I'll just pull this out. It'll stand the test of time. Issue 3 had Mountain of the Moon God, which I think is an amalgamation of several stories. Iron Shadows in the Moon, again, I think an amalgamation of at least the title of 2 or 3 Conan stories. Number 5, another one of my favorites, A Witch Shall Be Born. Number 6, which is probably my favorite non-canon original Robert E. Howard stories, which was Sleeper Beneath the Sands. I freaking love that story. It was absolutely incredible and kind of influential on the module I'm writing for the Savage Swords game. Then issue 7 was Citadel at the Center of Time, and I really don't like when they take Conan out of the past and try to either bring him into the future or do anything by taking him out of his where he belongs in his own era and time. Corsairs against Stygia, not a bad story. The Curse of the Cat Goddess, it was okay, not one of the better stories. Then issue 10 actually had Conan the Conqueror, and I flipped back through it, and they really hacked it to pieces. They could have, and I hear again Dark Horse is doing the whole full run as the beginning of their Dark Horse Conan comic book, and I'm going to have to pick that up just to see if the art is top notch and if they, jump around, because the Conan the Conqueror or Hour of the Dragon is a 56 page novel with a lot going on. I mean, he goes practically goes to everywhere on the planet, or at least in the Hyboria, the continent. I don't think there's anywhere he doesn't touch. Maybe there's a few places, but then there's the Abode of the Damned. It was all right, and then it finishes up with the Haunter of Castle Crimson, which to me just sounds like the Scarlet Citadel. You have to judge for yourself. One thing about this book is they could have put a lot more issues in it, but there is a lot of articles, from the Savage Sword of Conan magazines, just a lot of stuff that's not, comic book art and stories, and a lot of it's actually very helpful. Trade routes of the Hyborian Age, and little articles like that, as well as numerous treatises on the career of Conan and things like that, which honestly I would have rather just seen it in comic book form, but they put it in here, and it takes up probably about a quarter of this whole book. So, where other omnibuses give you, 36 issues, this was a magazine, and the magazines were much bigger, but they cut out the ads and a lot of other stuff, as well as, like the Khazar stories and things like that were in the actual magazines. This is it's all Conan. It's not unabridged or anything like that. It's got a lot of things pulled out, but still the second best Conan you can find between two covers for really any price. If I had to pay the $150, I would have waited till Christmas and got it for myself, but I really enjoyed the heck out of this. I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys can wait until next year for more Conan, but rest assured, and don't worry, I will be doing some Call the Conqueror in November. I may hit up some Tarzan and John Carter, as recommended by our good friend Omen, or maybe I'll do some Brack the Barbarian and some other similar stuff. Just going to wait for more Conan next year, a full month of it. I don't need a break, but I've got October right on, just a day away, and I got to get to doing the stuff that we usually do for October and Halloween. But I will see you guys real soon. Have a great day, and as always, happy trails.